complaints about not making any videos about working on the truck. So here goes. Um, the truck came with a nice little CB setup, Galaxy DX99V, old DX99V, not the V2, and a nice little Dave made foot warmer. Well, the DX99 worked really well, but the Dave made needed some TLC, so we took that up to 394 amps, and he did some magic on it, and it really talks now. But the old power wires that came out here aren't quite up to the task. This is the size of the old power wire, which is a pretty good size. I want to say it's probably like an 8 or 6. It's probably a 6. Yeah, I think it's about a 6 gauge. I can't really tell. Deluxe. I think it's an 8. Yeah, so this is 8 gauge. But what we're putting in here now is some 2 gauge stuff. I got some nice 2 gauge battery cable here. I'm gonna put it in there. We got most of it loomed up and a little bit of extra at the end. So that's for the amp, and then for the actual CB itself, just a couple of some 10 gauge wires that go down to a constant duty solenoid, and then this third wire here triggers a solenoid, and that solenoid sends battery power directly to the wires instead of the wires being hot all the time. So this one's gonna be hot a small majority of the time. There's a plastic grommet up in there. This little plastic grommet up in there. We're gonna pull all this stuff through here, and this little snake over top of here. Do a zip tie deal with the rest of these wires up here, and then come across here through this hole right now. I never mentioned how big of a pain in the ass it is trying to make a video and hold the phone. My tripod broke, so that's one reason why I haven't been making a whole lot of videos. But I've also just been busy. I just don't really feel like putting you all on blast all the time. But we're going to get that wired up there. This is going to the solenoid. This one's going to go underneath one of these ground terminals, and then we're going to go ahead and start working on the big gauge wiring. But to be honest with you, I think what I need to do is go in the house and cut that to length that I know about the approximate length. I got to go in from the other side of the truck. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I put that damn race seat back in my truck again. It actually feels better than the Legacy, but I don't drive really long distances, so I can't really tell you what's like long distance. But this is the other end of the cable that I'm routing through there for the battery, or excuse me, for the CB. This is just for the CB, a little small Anderson little 50 amp connector on there. Let's see if we can push that through there a little bit more, just to kind of get an idea for where we need to be lengthwise inside here. Would you stop pushing back? Stop fighting me. Don't fight me. I'll win. Stubborn son of a bitch. Okay. And then the other end of this, I got the Galaxy 98, or excuse me, 94 HP in here. And we got that wired up to this. And these two, as you can see, are going to plug in. I'm probably giving y'all motion sickness flopping around here with this phone, trying to hold it by myself, but that's all we got for right now. But that's going to connect up underneath there, and then we're going to run the other, this big cable down through there after I kind of terminate that. I got a little station going in the house now where we can listen in and kind of work on some electronics and other wiring stuff that we need to. So we're going to drag this in the house. Pause for a second. I need to see everything that's in my house. Ladybug flew on my face, like on my face. I got a little station here, and I don't really have anywhere to put this to. That's going to go there, and it's going to end up with some terminals like these that you can see get crimped down pretty good. We got a nice little crimper here to do those, and then they're going to slide into one of these big 175 knockoff. It's not a really Anderson connector, but I don't think anybody will really notice. Will anybody notice? I don't think anybody will notice. I don't think the performance is really going to suffer by using the cheap Chinese knockoff, but I mean, it's kind of a idiot-proof connector. Like, you can either make them or you can't. So we're going to drill these out in a little bit and stuff them full of solder. I already tinned the wires before I put them in there, so they're pre-tinned. Stuff some solder in there, and that should be good for a long time. Thanks to Chris over at 394 for putting these big cables in here. But this is a little Dave made. It's one of the older boxes that Howard made. The date on the inside of it, I believe, is like 96, something like that. It's got Toshiba's in it. 12290 driving two 2879s. Original Toshibas, not knockoffs, and they're all the same group, all the same batch number, all the same lot number. So I don't ever think this thing's really been worked on except for me putting a new choke in there. Was missing input choke on the on one of the transformers inside there, and bullet combining resistor and some other little odds and ends. But when Chris put it on the bird, it did about 400 bird, and it did almost 1,000 watts PEP. So we're going to call that done. But this is the little crimper that we use to put these Penn's Anderson connectors on there. This is a really small one for the 50 amp ones, and then I've got a bunch of other different diodes over here for that, different size diodes according to whatever you want to crimp. Anyway, we're gonna get back with that. Probably gotta stop and eat some lunch too, but there's a little short video on what we're doing CB wise in there. But pretty sure this Galaxy is gonna go in there with this. I'm trying to find another faceplate for it. If anybody knows where to get Galaxy OEM faceplates for these things, I'd really like to have an OEM one, because I don't think this one's OEM when I look at it. Like the volume squelch indication, it's not very clear. Like, it doesn't. I suppose it, man, this camera is being a pain in my ass right now. Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do this right now? We can go. We can go right now. All right. What I was trying to show you is a little designation over top of the number one. They're off. Like, this one is buried in the actual knob itself. You know, where these, you can actually read the entire thing. This is a factory one. My 148, you can actually read this stuff, but see how the circle around there breaks, and then you can see definitively whether it's the inside or outside knob. This one you can't see that, but yeah, it's just be griping. What are they talking about on here? These boys are always talking trash on here. Would you look at that? Channel 11. Channel, that's supposed to be on channel 6. I was checking SWRs earlier, but channel 11, channel 6, and channel 28 is always cotton picking trash talkers on there. I kind of like listening to them though. Anyway, we'll let you guys later, and I'll try to make another video and update you on what the process looks like. So, yeah, for now, peace out. See you later.